Okay guys, so this is route number 5 and we're just moving off from the side of the road on the right hand side. So your blind spot would have been the left hand side just before you move off. So at the end of the road we're going to be turning right. So much like much of the other routes, when we get along the end of this one-way street, it's a one-way street for cars, but you can also have cyclists that come towards you. Usually on a Saturday you get the cyclists. So as we're coming up to the end up here, mirror mirror signal to the right. You can see the position of the car in front. That's not the correct position. You want to just point straight to number 69, the house straight opposite you. Up and over the speed bump, up to the give way lines, and looking left and right to make sure it's a safe gap to go out. So we're now into a 20 zone. And as you can see, we have 4 speed bumps here, so whatever you do, just stay under your 20. Slow down for the speed bumps and then speed up in between, checking your mirrors as you do so. Usually at this bit everybody starts to get a bit keen, so just whatever you do, stay under the 20. Even if you've got a van man behind you tailgating you, stay under your 20. It is still a 20 at this point. Be aware of anybody behind you because they might overtake you if there's no cars coming towards you. So you can see where it changes into a 40 just up ahead. It's got the bigger sign. So new 40 zone, check your mirror, increase the speed. You don't have to do 40. You can see the highlighted sign at the left hand side of the road saying adverse camber. You don't have to do 40 up here. As long as you're doing about 35, that's absolutely fine. And as you approach into the bends, just slow down to a speed that's appropriate for the bends. As we just exit this bend here, we're going to check the mirror and increase the speed, get yourself back up to 40 mile an hour. Remember, you were only doing maybe 27 through there. So get yourself instantly back to 40 mile an hour, and that stops anybody from wanting to overtake you. You would check your mirror beforehand, and at the roundabout, we're going to take the second exit ahead. Now, because there's no exit on the right hand side of this roundabout, we're going to be using the right hand lane. So as we're approaching, we've come off the gas, we've checked the mirror beforehand, come off the gas, scanning the roundabout. We could see some movement across the other side, but it doesn't pose us a problem where we are. So we can join the roundabout, staying to the right hand side, and just do left mirror, left signal, and exit in the roundabout. Come from the right and just come straight the way over. Watch this bend here, everybody seems to go a bit quick round that one. And then we're coming up to another roundabout. We're going to take the second exit ahead again, and it's the same principles. There's no entry on the right hand side. There's a farmer's field, that's it. So we're going to continue ahead. It's going to be the right hand lane, scanning the roundabout, looking to the right hand side. There's nothing there at all. Keep the car moving. Left mirror, left signal, exit the roundabout. At the next roundabout, we're going to be taking the third exit right. Now just disregard the little parking right exit to the left hand side, that doesn't matter. So we're taking third exit right, mirror and signal, into the right hand lane. And it's quite good here because the lights are sort of pausing you for a second, and that gives you the opportunity to have a wee look and understand where you're going to go. So on we go. The car in front will probably do everything wrong. The car at the side, well, they're going off to the left hand side. That was a test. See the bollards? Just follow the bollards. We're going to the right. It's a bit of a weird one, this roundabout. It's a spiral roundabout. It's quite a big one as well. And then just do left mirror, left signal, exit in the roundabout, and we're exiting into the bus lane. At this time of day we can drive in the bus lane, so that's absolutely fine. As we continue along here, we would have checked the mirror and increased the speed. We were up to 40 mile an hour, but the taxi was desperate to get past us, as most people are at this section of road. They'll be desperate to get past you, and then we'll all be waiting at the lights up ahead. So at this roundabout, we're taking the second exit ahead. You can see on the lane board, 2 lanes go ahead. We've got our lane and the lane that the taxi's in. At these traffic lights you get a cluster of cars that go through here, maybe about 5 cars, and then they change. So just be cautious that you don't get caught out when they change just as you're going through. So we've got 3 lanes here. As I've already said, our lane goes ahead and it also goes to the left. The middle lane where the taxi's sitting also goes ahead, but it can also go to the right up the bypass. And off we go. See the little dots on the road? That's giving your guidelines just to guide you into your lane. You do get the odd one or two that encroaches over onto your side. Just make sure you're doing everything correct. About here you do left mirror, left signal, exit in the roundabout, and if your signal's still on, just pop it up with your finger, cancelling that signal, and you're just increasing your speed. You wouldn't want to pass that white van on the right, but you would just increase your speed as you're coming off that roundabout. At the next roundabout, we're going to take the third exit right, and the roundabout up ahead is a spiral roundabout. So we're going to do mirrors, it's safe to move over, so signal and move over. The reason we know it's a spiral roundabout is it will be written on the road wherever the lane's going to take you. So you'll see that in a little second. You'll probably see arrows, and then you'll see it written on the road. So we're going third exit right. It might even just say city centre. So we've got the arrows. And there's the city centre markings. So we're not going city centre, we're going up to Wester Hales, third exit. So there's the first exit on the left. This lane goes ahead in the right hand lane, or it goes round to the right, which then becomes the left lane going up to Wester Hales. So left mirror, left signal, take it nice and easy round there, and into the left lane, instantly into the left lane. Check your mirror, increase the speed, get yourself up to 40 mile an hour. Checking the mirrors all the way down here just in case somebody's going to overtake you, because if you've got local knowledge, you know that the left lane is the only lane that continues ahead at the traffic lights up ahead. So you may have cars that are alongside you and then they decide at the last minute to pull in front of you. So just checking for bikes in that left-hand lane every time that you move forward. So as you can see, the right hand lane goes right, the left lane goes ahead and left. So we're staying in this left lane. As you can see, the van is waiting at the lights to turn right. Check your right mirror and go straight into the right hand lane here. There's markings on the left hand side. And as soon as you get to about this point, left mirror, left signal, and just go back into that left lane again. That leaves the right hand lane free for any nutters that want to go flying past you. So as we move here, we can see we've got a cyclist on the left. It doesn't really cause us much of a problem. He's in his own segregated lane there. So we carry on up the road, and at the next roundabout we're going to take the third exit right for City Bypass. So they'll give the direction third exit, then they'll pause and say right, third exit, right. Right is the last thing that you're going to remember in your mind. So that means that if it's right, it's beyond 12 o'clock, so you need to be in the right hand lane. So what we've done there is we've done the mirrors, safe to move over, indicated, then we've moved over. So again, we cancelled the signal for moving over, we reapplied the signal, scanned the roundabout to the right hand side, looks good to join the roundabout, staying in the cheesy bit of the roundabout, and as we're going round here, there should be nobody on the left. However, that's why the left mirror comes into play. So left mirror, left signal, exit the roundabout, joining the bypass. As we go around here, you'll see a tar banding line in the middle of the road. Just disregard it, stay in the middle, take that dominant position. Mirror and signal, get on early to the right hand side. We can't see the speed of the cars that are on the main carriageway yet until we get up to about here. Now, bearing in mind you're in an electric car, it will shift. If you want it to shift, it will shift. And then all you've got to do is just match the speed of the vehicles that are on the bypass, increasing the speed and getting yourself moving. And as we go up the bypass, if you come across, like, you know, somebody in a Honda Jazz sitting in the left-hand lane doing 30 mile an hour, you need to anticipate that. You need to be looking well ahead and seeing how slow the person's going. And if it's a lorry doing maybe 50 mile an hour, fully laden lorries sometimes do that coming up here. So all you got to do is anticipate it way in advance. And if you've got an opportunity to overtake and get past them but get back in again, then do so. However, you'll get to a certain point up on this bypass that the sat-nav will then turn around and tell you you're coming off at the Redford junction, Redford Dreghorn. So you don't really want to be overtaken and putting yourself in the right-hand lane when you're coming near your turn-off. So there's your sign there. It's not Lothian-Burn Junction, it's Redford Dreghorn Junction. And we're going to indicate on the first marker. Now, some people debate this. They say, oh, indicate on the second marker. I always indicate on the first marker. It gives people plenty ample warning. So we've got the hard shoulder on the left hand side. Watch you don't drive in that. I've had learners drive in that or to attempt to drive in it. And as soon as the lane opens up there, in we go. As soon as your car gets into the lane, it is a deceleration lane. So check your mirror, come off the gas. With the electric car, it should regen coming up this slip road, slowing right the way down. And once we get to the end up here, we're going to turn left. So whatever you do, point the car to 11 o'clock. See, we're pointing to the road in which we're wanting to go into. Look to your right hand side. You don't have to do much steering here because your car's already pointed where you want to go. At this roundabout, second exit ahead. So scanning the roundabout, looks good. Keep to the pizza crust over here. Left mirror, left signal, exit the roundabout. Remember, this is a 30. It looks like part of the Nürburgring. You don't want to treat it like the Nürburgring. It is definitely a 30. So going down here, your car might increase the speed. Just keep watching it, keep watching, make sure you're not doing any more than 30. At the roundabout, we're going to take the first exit left. So roughly about here, we're considering slowing down, mirror and signal, scanning to the right hand side. We're not making a decision yet because there's a car came round. They come around from the right hand side really, really quickly. So you can't make the decision to go until you're pretty much at the roundabout, but keep your car moving. Carrying on down Redford Road here. And it is still a 30. As we go down here, you may get pulled in on the left hand side further down beyond the barracks. So somewhere about there on the left hand side, they usually pull you in. So passing these cars, we can drive in this white stuff. That's absolutely fine. Because there's open lines and there was cars parked on the left, so it's absolutely fine to drive over that. Check your right mirror to go past these cars. Check your left mirror to go back in. Again, people debate whether you should or not. As we go around here, you have a little car parked there on the left hand side. Checking your right mirror again. I would check the left mirror to go back in. Check the right mirror again. We don't really need to check the left mirror because we're not going back in. We continue down this road. And at the end of the road, we're going to be turning left. So, end of the road, turning left. Red car in the way. We've only got one position just now. If you cannot sneak through there, don't go sneaking through. Because as you can see, there was an old woman walking past. So now we can sneak through. It's safe to do so. Up to the line, look to the right. As soon as it's safe, round we go. Bearing in mind we do have a pedestrian crossing round there, so if the pedestrian crossing was at stop, you'd obviously have to take that into account. We're continuing down into Collington Village. Now there's a lot of cars in front of us. If these lights change quite abruptly, it means we're going to get caught out onto the yellow box. So just pace yourself and keep a bit of distance behind if there's a cluster of cars. Remember, only 2 cars in this little bit there. As we're going down into the village, make sure you're still at 20 mile an hour. There's a distinct lack of signs down here, and there's one sign on the left hand side that's covered in moss. So nobody really sees any signs. However, it is printed on the road several places, but everybody just seems to blank them. And again, going over this bridge, make sure that you're at 20 mile an hour. Whatever you do, 20 mile an hour. Once you go around this corner, you're going to see a sign for 30 miles per hour. So you're still in with 20 until you've hit that sign. There's a sign there. Check your mirror, increase the speed. Now sometimes you would take a right here. However, today we're not taking a right here, we're continuing up to the Gillespie Crossroads where we're going to be turning right. So at the traffic lights, we're going to be turning right. This junction here, the left lane has a filter in it, which means that the left lane only goes round to the left hand side. So if you wanted to continue ahead, it's going to be the right hand lane. If you want to turn right, it's also going to be the right hand lane. So as you can see, we've been stopped at the lights, and you'll probably see in the next couple of seconds the filter light going on the left hand side to allow the cars in the left lane to go round. The cars opposite us, as you can see, there's a car opposite us. They are going up towards our left, up towards Juniper Green. And the only vehicles that really concern us is that lane that's empty just now. So I'm still keeping an eye on that lane that's empty. I'm hoping that it stays empty so that I can just go round without having to wait in the middle. However, if there is a car coming, I'm going to have to wait in the middle. So I'm still scanning, I see that blue car, the blue cars went round, and there I go, just follow on behind them. Keep it flowing as much as you can, try to plan ahead, keep things flowing. So we're going to take the next road on the right. Now just remember, if you're coming out of this road at any point, these are solid white lines. Whatever you do not go over them. And pretty much you would go up here, do a couple of manoeuvres, and then just drive up Lanark Road back to the test centre.